Hello, this is Adolf. Welcome to the video lecture series on the course of building construction. So this is the lecture number 7 on unit number 2, that is construction of substructure. The content of this video lecture is we are going to see about the Cofferdam and what are the types of the Cofferdams, and finally we see about what is about under reamed pile foundation. First, we're going to start with Cofferdam. So, what is Cofferdam? So, in the diagram, you see, surrounding we have water bodies, and in between the water body, we have one plain structure. So, or see in the second image here. So, in this surrounding, we will have water body, but we have some working environmental in the middle of the water body. These type of structure is called as cofferdam. These cofferdams are a temporary structure. It is these temporary structures are constructed in a river or lake or any other water bearing surface for excluding water from a given site to enable the water building operation to be performed under dry condition. So it will exclude the water from it and it will make them dry, and we can work on that to develop any other building operation on the water. The walls of the cofferdam, this is the walls of the cofferdams, these are all watertight. See here, there is no water inside, so it is a very good watertight membrane material we have to use. These built within the water body. These cofferdams can be built within the water body. It allows the enclosed space to be pumped out. The water presented in the enclosed space should be pumped out, and it will create a dry work environment to carry out our work. The cofferdams are of three types. One is earth-filled cofferdams, rock-filled cofferdams, and sheet pile cofferdam. The sheet pile cofferdam is again subdivided single-walled cofferdam and double-walled cofferdam. What is earth-filled cofferdam? See here, this is the water surface, water area, and this is the cofferdam. So inside it, it will be filled with the earth materials. Earth filling will be there, like sand. So it is made up of the sand only. So it is consist of earthen embankment built around the area to be enclosed. So where we want the earth filled cofferdam, the surrounding area should be enclosed with an earthen embankment. The earthen-filled cofferdam is constructed in place where the depth of water is not more than 1.5 meter and the velocity of the water is very low. The velocity is very low and the depth is not more than 1.5 meter. We will go with the earth-filled cofferdam. These dams are built using the available local materials such as clay, fine sand, or even soil which are available on the locally. We will build this cofferdam with that material. The height of the dam is kept 1 meter more than that of the maximum water level. See here, this is the height of the dam, this is the water body. It is kept 1 meter or 100 centimeter more than. This is called the freeboard. The freeboard of the dam or the top of the dam is kept 1 meter, so that, what is the use of it? So that the water does not enter the other side even when the wave rises. If it is a wave forming is occurring here, then water should not enter into the other side. That is why we are keeping 1 meter as the freeboard. The slope is usually given by is 1 is to 1.5 to 1 is to 2 ratio. The slope will be given. This slope, the side slopes will be given as 1 is to 1.5 or to 1 is to 2. The slope of the water side is pitched with a rubble stone. See here, we have the cofferdam, which is the water side area, it will be pitched with the slope. It is pitched with a rubble stone. See here, there is a rubble stone. So why? Because if it is a water action, it is here. So sometimes what will happen? This water will erode the surface, earth surface, and it will move into the embankment. To reduce this action, to eliminate this action, scoring action, that is score. Score means the action of water moving, eradicating the layer. So the to reduce the that scoring action, we are providing the rubble stone masonry on the slope side of the water. Next type is rock filled cofferdams. So, like as this earth-filled cofferdam, most everything is same, but inside the filling material is different. In the earth-filled, we will have a earth materials like sand or clay materials, soil. But here we will have a rock filling. So that is why it is called rock-filled cofferdams. Due to the rock fill, these rock-filled cofferdams are better than the earthen dams. These dams are preferred when the rock is available easily at the construction site. This rock-filled cofferdam consists of stone or rubble embankment. Here, stone or rubble embankment. But due to the stone or rubble embankment, these dams are very previous. Previous means it will allow water from one end to the other end. The water can seepage through the rock fill. From to prevent water from seeping, an impervious membrane of soil is provided in the dam. In anywhere, we will provide an impervious membrane of soil is provided to stop the seepage of the water. These dams can be used for depth of water up to 3 meter. We can use it, and the slope can be maintained at same as the earth-filled cofferdam, that is 1 is to 1.5 to 1 is to 2. And the slope side of the slope is pitched to protect dam from the wave action. So this is the rock-filled cofferdam. And the next method is single-walled cofferdam. This single-walled cofferdam is preferred when the depth of water is more than 6 meter. Depth is more than 6 meter and the area of construction is less. So we will go with the single-walled cofferdams. The wooden or timber sheets are driven into the riverbed on the perimeter of the area of the construction. So where if it is a lake or a pond, so you have to build a single walled cofferdam here. First we will driven the timber or wood sheets along here, along the perimeter. So where you are want to do, we will do inside the wooden or the timber sheets. So on the inside of the wooden or timber sheets, steel or iron sheets driven into the riverbed. So this will be driven at the riverbed. These inside sheets are placed at equal distance with the help of wales. So where it is with wales which are bolted to the both sides, both sheets of for either side. So here we have wales and here also we have wales. This wooden and timber sheet is also called as guide piles. So first we will insert the timber or wooden sheets are also called as guide piles. Then we will insert the steel piles. So to keep the EQ distance, we will by the help of wales. To improve the stability of these type of dam, or filled bags of sand placed at the bottom of the uh, placed on the both sides of the wall. So if you want to improve more stability, we will both sides of the wall we will have the half filled bags of sand. The water from the inside, so here it will be water. So this water will be the water from the inside is pumped out and the construction process is undertaken. So this is the single walled cofferdams. The final type of cofferdam is double walled cofferdam. In this type of double walled cofferdam, when we use this means, if the area of the construction is large and the depth of water is high. Usually these type of cofferdams can hold water up to 6 to 10-meter high. The difference between the single walled and the double walled cofferdam is, in the double walled we will have two walls instead of one wall. So it will give some extra stability. So we have to insert two piles into the water bed with space, and it will be attached with wales. So it should be attached with the wales. So once as the water depth of the water increases, the space between the walls should also be increases. The space between the walls are filled with soil, and to prevent the leakage from the ground below. So from here, if we want to prevent the leakage, we have to provide a sheet pile driven to a good depth in the bed. So this is the double walled cofferdam. The next topic in this video lecture is under reamed pile foundation. This under-reamed pile foundation made by CBRI, that is Central Building Research Institute, and it is made up of reinforced cement concrete. Usually the pile foundation is classified into a deep foundation, but under-reamed pile foundations are not as the pile foundation because they are not driven deep into the soil. A cast-in situ concrete pile with an enlarged bulb at bottom, like this enlarged bulb at the bottom, made by either cutting or scooping out soil or by any other suitable process, is called under-reamed piles. These under-rimmed piles are also called bored cast-in situ concrete piles. The under-rimmed piles foundation is used in area where black cotton soil would cause structural instability. By using auger or machine auger like this, the hole may be bored, and for the greater depth, the extension rods are attached to the auger. After boring to desired depth, the base of the hole is enlarged in the form of bulb by using under reamer. If the pile has one bulb like this, we will call it as single under reamed pile. If the pile has two bulbs like this, we will call it as double under reamed piles. Where the pile has more than two bulbs like this, we will call it as multiple under reamed piles. So If the pile one bulb, it is single under reamed pile. Two bulbs, it is double under reamed piles. More than two bulbs, it is multiple under reamed piles. So what are the features of these under reamed piles? The diameter of pile, usually it is lies between 20 to 50 centimeter, and the diameter of the bulb is 2 to 3 times of diameter of pile. So diameter, it is 20 to 50 centimeter, and the bulb is 2 in 2 times 2 to 3 times of diameter of pile, and over the length of the pile is 3 to 8 meter, and the spacing between two piles should be 2 to 4 meter, and the spacing between two bulbs is 1.25 to 1.5 times of bulb dia. So bulb dia, and the load carrying capacity, it varies between 20 to 40 tons. And what is the application where it is applied? Black cotton soil expands as it comes in contact with water, and it gets contracted as it is dried out. So when it is come in contact with water, it will expand. Once it is get dried, it will contract. Because of this reason, there may be a chance of crack in structure. So to avoid such damage, we use under reamed pile foundation in the black cotton soil. Secondly, when the soil doesn't have much load carrying capacity, then we will use the under reamed piles to increase the capacity. Thirdly, it is used when the water level in sandy soil is high. We will go for the under reamed pile foundation. So, what are the advantages of the under reamed pile foundation? It decreases the vertical settlement and also differential settlement. It is used when soil tends to swell and shrink due to moisture content variation. We will go for the under reamed piles. Provision of under reams or bulb has the advantages of increasing the bearing capacity and uplift capacity. When the number of bulbs are increased from 1 to 2, the load carrying capacity of the under reamed pile is also increased. So if increases the number of bulbs, automatically load carrying capacity of the pile is also increased. The provision of bulb is of special advantage in under reamed piles. So that bulb projections, it will resist the uplift and they can be used as a anchors. So these are the advantages of the under reamed pile foundation. So in this video, we cover cofferdam. What are the types of cofferdam? Under the types of cofferdam, we saw the earth-filled cofferdam, two rock-filled cofferdam, third single-walled cofferdam, and fourth double-walled cofferdam. After the cofferdam, we saw about under reamed pile foundation. In the upcoming videos, we see the topics which are related to the unit number 2. Thank you.